Oh, welcome to part 2 of John chapter 21.
Welcome. We had to do a little retake because we had a little technological issue.
Yep, that's
But
okay.
we'll make this very snappy from now.
Okay, so there's a few patterns that go on here. The desperado-ness of Peter to get onto the water to go and see Jesus. That's happened before.
Yes, so he's so desperate.
What else is a pattern here, Sam?
Well, he cast himself into the sea, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was his desperation from another time. Mm-hmm. When was that time?
When Jesus was walking like a ghost on the water,
Right.
and they said, "Oh, it's a ghost," and he's like, "It's me." And Peter's like, "Can I come out and be with you
Okay.
on the water?"
Next pattern is he's saying, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me 3 times?
Yes. And just like Peter said that he wouldn't deny him, and Jesus said that you will deny 3 times before the cock crows. So that's another pattern.
And in that same set of verses 15, 16, 17, Jesus says at the start, feed my lambs. Then he says in the next 2 verses, feed my sheep, feed my sheep.
Right.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's possibly, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's possibly, you've got to start on the milk before you get to the meat.
Yep.
So Peter's about to, very soon, we'll read about that in other accounts, like in Acts. He's about to go out and do an incredible message, and thousands of people are going to be saved. They would be lambs needing to be taught the milk of the word, and then they'll go on to be sheep. So that's my assumption.
And then in verse 5, it does say, have ye any meat?
Yeah.
And they answered him, no, which could be another reference to
Could
that
be.
milk and meat situation.
When Jesus calls his disciples right at the beginning of his ministry, these fishermen, amongst some of them are fishermen, he calls out to them and says, "Follow me."
Yeah.
And now he's calling out, and they don't know him, they don't recognize him, they're out fishing, and he's talking to them, and then they find out that he's Jesus, and then he later says, "Follow me," doesn't he? Where is that? Verse 19. Follow me. So that's another part.
So this part in verse 20 is worth speaking about. So
Yep.
Peter turning about seeth the disciple whom Jesus loved, John,
Yes.
which also leaned on his breast at supper and said, Lord, which is he that betrayeth thee?
So 3 descriptions that it's
of
John.
Yes.
Yep. Because Jesus has just told Peter how he's going to die.
Yeah.
So Peter's like, what about John? How's he going to die?
Yeah.
And in short, Jesus answers that he will tarry a little longer before God returns.
Because we know there's a lot of work for John to do coming up.
That's right. So he's got to obviously write the book of John, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and the book of Revelation. And he's on the Isle of Patmos for that. So there's quite a bit of work ahead for John.
It's interesting. Sorry, go on.
You talk.
In verse 25, where Jesus has just explained that John is going to be hanging around for a little while, and we know what he does.
Yeah.
And then in verse 25, John is saying, and there are also many other things which Jesus did, the which if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written. So he's acknowledging there's so much that could be written.
Yeah.
I wonder if he knows at that time how much he is going to be writing.
Wow. That's a good point. Well, we know that the Spirit of God inspired this book to be written. So there is a lot in here already. Jesus accomplished even more than that. But this is all we need to study to show ourselves approved. It's been a privilege to do John with you, Sam.
We'll be coming back with one more video about John.
And all in one. Turn back time.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.